Children between the ages of 3 to 5 years are still under early childhood education. It is, however, disheartening that there is no budget allocation to cater for issues surrounding children in the country, including food programs and exercise. At Moi Avenue Primary School in Nairobi, an ECD teacher of children between the ages of 3 to 6 years says the biggest challenge they lack a feeding program for children as well as recreation equipment and facilities, as these are children still growing.
So that duration of from 8 to 12, having nothing to eat, as a teacher, I get discouraged. That is one of the problems. A majority of them are immunized. The immunization issue is not here, but also the diet that they are given. As much as I try to advise the parents on what to give to their children, you find that they are not given the proper diet. And that this way, it brings a problem in their development.
According to a report released on Thursday by a local Institute of Economic Affairs in collaboration with UNICEF, the major causes of deaths among children in the country is as a result of malnutrition and improper immunization, which poses a greater risk to their lives. John Mutua, the head of programs at the institute, says the 25% of budget in the country allocated to children is inadequate and is asking the government to review it upwards.
The national government, and in particular the county government, should progressively increase children's budget in order to match legislative obligations in the realization of children's rights. So the graphs that I showed at the national level and the county level, there is general underfunding for kids. Yet Kenya is committed legally, and we have good legal and policy frameworks towards the realization of children's rights. So for us to match this obligation, legislative obligation, the two levels of government need to progressively increase allocations for children program and services.
In the area of cash transfers, again, a reduction of 10%. That is worried. At this point, we should actually be looking at an upgoing trend, rather than a downward trend. So anything that is going downward becomes very, very critical for us. So that becomes very, very important. And then I think also the idea of looking at ECD, because I know I sit in the Committee of Education in the Senate, and I know a lot of work has gone into the ECD. There's an ECD bill that is coming at Senate. It's actually going to be moved probably this week or next week, really looking at what should happen at the level of ECDs, how centers should be run, the best model, for example, classroom, to really ensure that counties catch up.
The report, which was conducted last year in 6 marginalized counties, among them Kilifi, Turkana, Garissa and Tana River, recommends the need for county governments to invest in programs that will address children issues in the country if the country is to achieve its Millennium Development Goals. 52% of Kenyan population are children who are between the ages of 0 to 18 years. Cecilia WAKESHO, GBS News.